Okay, what's up guys? Today we are going to be looking at some animated stories. So this video is called My Mom is Always 20. So let's get right into it.
Hi, I'm Mara, and this is my mother. Usually they think she's my elder sister or friend, and when they find out that I'm her daughter, they are shocked. That's because she looks gorgeous. In fact, my mom is turning 40 soon, and my story will reveal her secret of eternal youth. By the way, many people think that my mother gave birth to me when she was very young, but this is not true. She was 22 when I was born. By that time, she had already graduated from university and started to successfully build a career in the fashion industry. When I was a kid, I still couldn't gauge the closest person. But as a teenager, I started to understand that my mother was very different from other mothers in the way she looked. I often had to prove that she was neither my sister nor my friend. I wasn't the only one who got into awkward situations. My father did as well. When my parents got married, they were of the same age and matched each other in regards to their appearance. However, over time, my father began to change, but my mother still looked as if she was 20. And now, sometimes they are mistaken for a father and a daughter, or for a sponsor and a kept woman. It makes my dad furious, although he has never aged beyond his years. On the contrary, he is handsome, fit, and takes care of himself, and there's nothing wrong with him at all.
Yeah, totally.
The point is that my mother looks twice as young as she is. One day, my mother attended my open painting lesson. I had been taking painting classes for almost a year. All the girls in the group simply hated me because I was talented, and they constantly badgered me because my works participated in competitions and were exhibited. So, one of these artists...
So they hated her because she was talented. I've never heard that before.
Wannabes thought that my mother was my sister and asked her to make her talented relative quit attending classes. Otherwise, both of us would be as good as dead. To drive the point home, she grabbed firmly my mother's hand and spoke to her in an angry and powerful voice. Well, I think it was one of the biggest mistakes of her life. On the same day, the club managers, the girls' parents, police officers, and even Child Protective Services were involved in the conflict. It's just that my mother is not the one who makes no complaint. She keeps fighting to the end. So, that girl had to quit the club, and I guess her dream of becoming a talented artist went down the drain. She attacked the wrong person. After that, no one dared to enter into an outright conflict with me or my mother. Of course, I was glad that the situation had been resolved like that. But at the same time, I was a little embarrassed that my mother was solving my problems, as if I complained to her about my offender. Although, I tried to never tell my parents about my problems. Once, my friend Sandra asked me a question. Why does your mother look so young, and what is her secret? I had nothing to answer. Of course, I asked my mother to share with me the formula for eternal youth, but she always said that I would find it out on my coming-of-age day. Then I decided to find out my mother's secret on my own, following her. In general, there was nothing unusual in her behavior. She went to work, went out with friends, watched TV shows, and went swimming in the pool a couple of times a week. It seemed that she had an ordinary life like everyone else. I even started thinking that my mother had no secrets of eternal youth. But then, my mom received a very strange order from an online store. It was a hair restorer. It was a very weird purchase. As far as I knew, no one had problems with hair in our family. Why would she need it? That evening, I found exactly the same bottle in the waste bin. So I suggested that my mom used it on a regular basis. I didn't want to jump at conclusions and decided to keep watching her. My mother put this product in her closet, and it began to disappear gradually. After that, I had no doubt left. Mom anointed it on her face, And that's why she stayed young. That was awesome. I never would have thought of that. I shared my revelation with Sandra. She was just as surprised as I was and suggested doing business on Hair Restorer. I couldn't help but agree because it was a brilliant idea, an elixir of eternal youth. It will definitely make us very rich. Sandra and I ordered several large bottles of this elixir, poured it into small bottles, charging a price 3 times higher than the price of a large bottle, and posted our ad on the internet. We sold only 3 bottles within a month, and we were sure that this was only the beginning. Such a unique product must be in demand. We certainly looked forward to gains. And maybe everything would be exactly as we planned and wanted. But soon the police came to our houses. They detained me and Sandra, confiscated our computers and gadgets, and our parents were summoned for questioning. It turned out that the reason for such attention to us was the magic elixir. The police received complaints from our clients with a request to conduct inspection. They tracked our commerce via the internet and charged us with illicit cosmetics trafficking. Moreover, they said that we had to pay our clients for moral damage, $10,000 each. The fact is that after they started using our elixir of eternal youth, hair began to grow on their faces. That is, right where they anointed it. It was a complete failure. The police were shocked that we thought of selling Hair Restorer as an elixir of eternal youth, especially because it was specified on the packaging that it could be applied only to the scalp. They asked whose idea it was, and I had to tell them everything. I can't describe the expression on my mother's face when she found out about it. Then she had to explain everything to the police, and here's what she told them. A few months ago, my father began to lose his hair. It turned out that he was extremely afraid of this all his life, since at school he had a PE teacher with a bald head, which all of the students laughed at, calling him a pot. This left a lasting impression on Dad, and for him there was nothing worse than becoming bald, like that PE teacher. When he began to notice the hair loss, he asked my mother to order the best hair restorer and began to use it. Fortunately, the hair stopped falling out, but in order to nail down the effect, it was necessary to continue application. This news shocked me. I never thought that my dad could go bald, so a thought that this product was bought for him never struck me.
So, they say nobody has hair problems in their house, but his dad had,
How's it going, bros? My name is
oh my gosh.
Hi, I'm Mara.
One sec, guys. I just accidentally did that. Sorry, guys.
Guys, I don't care how tough you think you are, nothing hits harder than life. But it ain't about how hard.
Talented relative quit attending classes. Otherwise, both of us were the wrong person. After that, no one dared to enter into an outright conflict with me or my mother. In general, there was nothing unusual. And 10,000, which all of the students were. To nail down the effect, this product was bought for him never struck me. Poor Dad. I felt sorry for him at that moment. He tried his best to hide this secret from everyone, and then at least 10 people learned about it. My father was literally burning with shame and sitting with his neck adroop. Then our clients, who became victims of our elixir, came to the office. I immediately recognized them. Mustache, beards, and eyebrows at least 2 centimeters long, hanging directly in front of their eyes, grew on their faces. They were furious and would gladly tear Sandra and me apart if it weren't for the cops who defended us. The unlucky clients shouted that they wanted to anoint this miraculous remedy on our faces so that we tried walking in their shoes and experienced all the delights of eternal youth. Sandra was frightened and shouted back, "Beauty requires sacrifice," and hid behind her father's back, which caused a new surge of anger among the poor ladies. In general, we miraculously managed to avoid serious punishment, but we still had to pay the clients for moral damages. Unfortunately, there were only 3 of them. I hope that they were able to get rid of the hair on their faces and found the key to eternal youth. Later, when the passions subsided, my mother decided to reveal her main secret and tell me why time had no power over her, unless I did something else. It turned out that her secret was very simple, and she learned it from her great-grandmother, who had lived up to 100 years. She spent the last 10 years of her life with her 5th husband, who was 30 years younger than her. So, my mother said that you should start every morning with drinking 2 glasses of water. Then you should light any candle, thank the universe for the new day, and you should be sure to drink at least 3 cups of green tea daily. Moreover, positive thinking is important. You shouldn't condemn and despise anyone. You shouldn't place yourself above others and hurt anyone. You shouldn't harm yourself, which means bad habits and eternal youth are incompatible concepts. We should love ourselves and everything that surrounds us. Mom said that the latter is the most important rule because everything is headed by love. It's strange that I hadn't thought of this before. It turns out that there's no need to look for some miraculous remedies in order to stay young. Just being in harmony with yourself and with the world around you is enough. No wonder that they say genius is simplicity. Of course, it's too early for me to think about aging and age. But my mother says that you need to take care of youth, since you are young in order to not waste time, and it's usually too late after you're 20. Well, I'm grateful to her that she shared her secret with me, and I'm sorry that I didn't find out about it before. Then the story with the magic elixir wouldn't have happened, and those poor clients wouldn't have suffered from it. By the way, they all...
Okay, guys, we're gonna end it here, and I'm very sorry for the changes, and if I can't edit them out, then I'm sorry that you'll have to see them. So, see you guys in the next